Welcome back. You tune into your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Espresso only on SABC3. My favorite time of a Friday morning, chilling out with Gavin and Ciro from overdrivetv.co.za. And man, have they been driving an awesome car lately. Guys, I'm super jealous because this is my favorite car. Do you guys want to say it or should I say it?
Yes, yeah, no, a lot of people are jealous. I was saying that even the driving instructor, when we drove around the circuit, said all of his racing driver friends were so envious of them giving that car to us around Kyalami. And the car we're talking about is
Nissan GTR. Very, very latest one with the optional track pack. And you can see I'm actually sitting on the edge of the couch. I just realized that just thinking about what we did 2 weeks ago.
I've got sweaty hands, man. No, this is seriously a monster car. This is a great car. It's got a huge history behind it. And I mean, it's a legend of a race car.
But I mean, these cars, they have the engine assembled by hand in a hermetically sealed chamber, so no dust or grime gets into the thing during its production cycle. And they've got one to 100 in 102.7 seconds.
The latest one, yeah. This is really in the top 5 fastest cars on Earth right now.
Guys, we're going to talk about this car in just a bit, but you guys drove it around Kyalami.
I know.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Every now and then, a car company releases a vehicle that enthusiasts around the world get incredibly excited about. Today, we're here to drive one of those cars at the Kyalami Racetrack, the incredible Nissan GTR.
The genius behind this car, Kazutoshi Mizuno, wanted to create something, a supercar, that you could drive at 300 kilometers an hour with your mother-in-law next to you and she wouldn't realize. It is designed for everyday use and obviously for use at the track. It truly is a stupendous piece of machinery.
And that's what we're here to drive. This is the 2013 Nissan GTR with the track pack, one of the fastest versions of one of the fastest cars in the world.
Our 2 favorite motoring journalists could have been flown to heaven, but they were just as thrilled stepping onto the tar in Joburg. Kyalami is considered to be one of the best tracks in the world. Ciro took the wheel first.
All right, here we go. This is my first proper lap of Kyalami. That is quick. That is very quick. We're doing 170, we're doing 180, onto the brake. Into the left-hander. The G-forces this car generates are incredible. Heavy on the brakes for a tight right-hander here. I think I've missed my apex a bit there. I'm having the time of my life. Now, a nice little fact about this car is that the infotainment and graphical system were designed by Polyphony, which is the company famous for the Gran Turismo racing series. So how's that? Game makers making cars rather than car makers making cars for games. The 4-wheel drive system in this, first of all, I'm very glad it's there. Secondly, it's brilliant. They spend a month every year at the Nürburgring perfecting the chassis, perfecting the tires. A man called Mizuno-san, what a wonderful name, spends a year there in Germany just perfecting this car. My goodness, has he done a good job. There's every single cell in my body feels alive right now. Oh, that's good. Very good braking there. Unbelievable. I promise you I'm not a good driver. This is just a very, very good car.
Scare yourself there.
That was fantastic.
Ciro took it up to 210 kilometers per hour, and when it was his turn, Gavin didn't lag behind. This is one of the cars that accelerates fastest in the world. Gav needed some reviving.
Obviously, driving a GTR around Kyalami is very stressful, so Nissan have kindly provided massages, which is currently happening to Gavin.
I think it's actually all part of the philosophy of the car, the Zen nature of Japanese technology, where this car is perfectly balanced. So it's the anger and the calm.
You have to forgive him, he's in a bit of a state.
Wow, guys, that looked like a lot of fun. I need to ask you, I mean, it seems like you're having a lot of fun, but you were very calm. I mean, there you guys like, yeah, we're going 170, 180, go for it. Is it because of the excitement that you kind of just held back, or?
I think, I don't know, I think I'm generally a calm kind of person, but you know what really put me at ease was having a professional driver next to me. So no one was allowed to go out on their own. Nissan likes the shape of their cars as they are. So I had Johan next to me, and he was fantastic, and he said to me, he's like, I'm going to give you a lap of tuition. and then you can talk to camera. And then when we did one lap, he said, "Cool, I can see you're not going to kill me, so carry on."
Yeah.
And I didn't know if that was a compliment or an insult.
He said to me, he said, "Well, I'm not scared." So he said, "You get scared when I start getting scared." So yeah, so they're a lot calmer than Ciro was in those clips.
Man, it looked good.
And there's some incredible corners at Kyalami. I mean, it is our only Formula One circuit. So when you're going up to West Bank, it's completely blind. And they say the instructor said to Ciro, "Just aim for that light-coloured pine tree."
How fast were you going at that stage?
Sure, that's about 160, 170. Yeah.
And then you kind of brake very late and turn into it. Then you're onto the mine shaft. It is a phenomenal circuit. And the more you learn it, the more it comes to you and the more you enjoy
rewarding
it.
it is.
But the car, it seemed incredible. The
It's a
performance.
brute of a car. I mean, this latest one. So what happens is every year the man who created that car and takes a team and they camp out at the Nürburgring for a month and they enter
sounds like fun,
enter some factory cars into the Nürburgring 24 hours. So every year that car gets better. They go back to Japan, tweak it. So this is really the best version of one of the best cars in the world.
And he said they asked themselves the difficult questions like, what happens if the car has a blowout at 300 k's an hour? Can it handle it? So they've got it safe. They've got to make it safer. They make it faster. They make it more efficient. It just gets better and better, as Ciro said.
Every single year.
Guys, well, thank you so much for bringing this to us.
We could talk all morning about.
We could talk all morning, but I mean, you mentioned. You know what?
It's not for you.
I was expecting you to give it to me. You know.
I'm so sorry. So
fine.
So we got given these caps on the launch, and I'd quite like to give mine away.
Okay.
And the way we're going to do that is you have to tweet at Overdrive TV. That's our Twitter handle. Just tweet at Overdrive TV and just tell us why you want this cap. Very, very happy to give it away, and then we'll choose a winner and we'll post it to you.
Not bad, not bad. At Overdrive TV, guys. That's awesome. That's awesome. So speaking about blowouts, you talk about blowouts. Of course, you know it can happen with the speed that you guys are going. That the tire might go. You know.
Exactly.
So here's a couple of good tips on how to change your tire so it saves you a lot of time and hassles, just like they do it.
Knowing how to change a tire will save you time when you most need it. Follow these tips and you won't go wrong. Make sure you have a jack, an inflated spare tire, and a wheel spanner in your car. If possible, park on level ground so that you don't roll. If this isn't possible, turn your wheel so that it's tucked against the pavement. Now, loosen the hubcaps, if you have them, and the wheel nuts, but don't remove them completely. Remember the lefty-loosey, righty-tighty rule and turn anti-clockwise to loosen. Jack up your car, then remove the wheel nuts and the wheel, taking care not to lose the wheel nuts. Put the new wheel in place and loosely fasten the wheel nuts. Note the speed limit indicated on the spare. Release the jack to bring the car back down to the ground, then tighten the nuts as firmly as possible. And finally, repair or replace the damaged tire immediately. You don't want to be stuck without a spare wheel the next time this happens. This and many other motor parts and accessories are available at Midas stores countrywide, so the wheels you love may stay in tip-top shape. Have a safe journey. With a range of quality products guaranteed nationally, you will always find there's so much more to Midas.